Boom, boom.
Donald Trump.
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 Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Kamala, you're fired. You're fired. Get out. Get out.
I've made the heart-wrenching decision to suspend my campaign and to support President Trump.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Boomer Bunker. I am the Duchess. Speaking on behalf of John Domingo, everything we say or discuss on this show is for entertainment purposes. If you disagree with anything either of us says on this show, and you're not operating motor vehicle or under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, please feel free to tell us your thoughts in the chat. If you're listening to this as a downloaded podcast file, you can write to us at boomer.bunker@gmail.com or tweet us at boomer_bunker on X. My advice is to look at the world we live in, realize you complaining to us about it isn't fixing anything, and then continue on with your life. If anything we say during the show offends you, please feel free to watch a different stream, shut the podcast off, or smash your device with a hammer. Boomer Bunker is not liable for damages to equipment by choosing the latter. If you have made it this far into the show and have decided you can live with these terms, then by all means, give your balls a tug, slap yourself in the face a few times, grab a cup of whatever pisses you off, and please enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Sunday edition of the Boomer Bunker. I am one of your co-hosts, John Domingo, and alongside of me over there is the lovely, the talented, the Duchess.
Good evening, everyone.
All right, so today I figured, I really didn't have anything to do this weekend. I was one of these things where I figured that I would come in and take my time, have a nap, eat some breakfast, drink some coffee, go out on the deck, because it's been the weather in the New Jersey area for the past couple of days has been
Beautiful.
Just
in the morning.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Agreed. 10 out of 10.
Okay, so then I come down here and I start going through the stuff that we have to do for the show. And I just kept finding one thing after another thing
Yes.
after another. So we have a pretty good show for you tonight, or whenever you listen to this thing at home, which I hope you do.
We have a good show right now.
We have a very
Right now.
good show. Next Saturday, 8 p.m., we have the draft.
Yeah. I'm so
The
excited.
draft. Are you really excited? I'm like,
I
if I
am.
get a shitty team this year, I'm not going to be happy.
We have a lot of people in our draft, and I think it all depends where you fall if we're doing the snake draft again.
Yeah, all I want to do.
Because I was last year. I was
All I
last.
wanna
I was
do
like
is-
8th and then 9th. I didn't
Yeah.
like that.
I want to be before Boomer Bob because I'm picking Jalen Hurts. That motherfucker picks Jalen
Every
Hurts
time.
Every
it chaps
time he
your
gets
ass.
it before me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it drives me crazy. Well, I don't know how the Steelers did, but goddamn did
They
the Eagles
lost.
get their ass
I don't
kicked.
care.
We got your
I was
backup
in
quarterback.
I was in Atlantic City. Oh, I was busy.
We have your backup quarterback, Kenny Pickett. He played the whole preseason. He's
Oh,
okay.
how'd you guys do? Did
Well,
he
we
actually throw
won
it to receivers?
2 out of 3. Yeah, he did. He didn't do bad.
That's not too
He
bad.
really didn't do bad.
Not bad.
So you went to Atlantic City last night. You went to a show.
I did.
Really big
We
shoe.
did. A big shoe. We went
Where'd you go
to went to see a Rush cover band called The Rush Experience.
No
The
kidding.
Tropicana is not as it's not quite glamorous. It's older and it's I
You
don't
know,
know.
I
not
worked.
fancy.
I used to work at the Tropicana a couple times. I would go down
It's
there
beat.
on calls.
Yeah.
At that type of controller that they have there for
Mm-hmm.
the elevators, it was one of my specialties. Like I really knew how to fix them. So
We
I would
use the
go down-
elevators. So.
Yeah. So I doubt. Listen, this was. Oh my God, I can't even tell you how long ago it was when I did it. But
Yeah.
it was a long time ago. But it was one of my
Right.
specialties to go down there and fix it. Okay, so here's a little elevator story for you. This type of elevator, you guys were, well, I don't know if they were there now, but back in the day when I was there, what they did was they used to have an 1/8-inch steel cable that ran all the way up with the elevator, all the way around the shiv, all the way down to the pit, all the way around the shiv and back to the bottom of the car. So what it did was it spun this thing, and it was called a selector. And then you have pie plates where the elevator, like it would spin it on a nut, like threads. It would spin it and it would run
Okay.
back and forth. So it would run up and so if the elevator was running down, this thing would go this way. If the elevator was running up, it would go this way. Well, every once in a while, these cables would break.
Oh yeah.
And the elevator had no idea where it was. So it usually used to go into the overhead or into the pit. And then you have to come
God.
out and get the people out. And then you would have to replace the cable. I always had 1,000 foot of 1/8-inch cable and everything I needed to replace one of these cables because the Rittenhouse Hotel in Philadelphia had the same thing. And we used to do it all the time because if one of those things snapped, boy, especially down the shore, if one of those cables snapped, they didn't want to hear shit. They wanted it done. So you called another
They
guy
want it fixed, yeah, right away. Yep.
another guy in, and you would get them. And I'll tell you what, near the end, like when we could do one and redo the cable and everything in about 3 hours, and that was doing something with two guys. Two guys used to do 3 hours. We got it down to a science, so it was fun. Boomer Bob says, when John worked on the elevators there, Fred Flintstone drove a dinosaur to pull the car up and down. I guess it was.
Let me tell you what, walking through the Trop, it seemed like that. It seemed it was very dated. And I understand like the money's not there, so there's probably less people coming in, but it's a bummer. We left the show at about like 10:45 last night, and it was just mobbed. Like the casino floor was mobbed. It was just with sad looking people. I'm like, couldn't get out there fast enough. I'm not a gambler, so it just makes me sad to see people sitting there trying to win their mortgage money or something. It just doesn't look like fun, and it's loud. It was smelly.
They still
not a
smoke
good
in a
vibe.
casino, right?
Yeah. It just seemed grimy. I don't know. I didn't like when we left the show. The escalator to go down from where the showroom was, which is where the theater is called the showroom, was broken. So everybody had to go for the elevators. So I took the stairs. Now a lot of people took the stairs, and I put my hand out because I'm in heels. So I put my hand out to like hold the rail, and immediately it was like, oh no, ugh. Like it was like, oh, it's sticky. I was like, oh, so I got all the way downstairs. I'm like, I need a bathroom. I washed my hands, and then I got in the car. I'm like, I have sanitizer in it. I was like, oh, it was, I don't know. It just, I'm not. If I would go to the casino, I probably would maybe try to go to Oceans or Hard Rock, which was, I don't know what Hard Rock was before it turned into Hard Rock, but it was. They cleaned it up. They spent a ton of money in it. It's beautiful. But
well, here's the thing. Again, I got to say that those casinos, how hard is it to clean them? Like, in other words, why don't you just keep it clean? Just keep it clean in the areas.
this was the stairwell. I mean, so it was probably
Okay.
like, I wasn't judging them on the stairwell, but like even like when you hold the escalator handle, it's like you're holding everything that's been on that. So it's like,
Sure, yeah. Well, it's everywhere. Everything you touch. Everything you touch.
oh no, Mike. I said it's sticky, so he's going to grab it. It was very sticky.
Sparky
And yes,
has a
I did
question.
absolutely counted every one of them damn steps.
Sure did.
I
for the
walked.
competition.
We went out and walked on the boardwalk too. So yeah.
All right. So I have an
In heels.
announcement.
Yes.
I am no longer going to be so far behind in the walkathon because I have a designated walker. Matt,
You do.
who's in our Discord, he was sitting there saying, I have this many miles so far this year. And I'm like, hey, will you be my designated walker? So he agreed. Now, he's way behind the Duchess and everybody. Is he way behind? Well, we're going
He's
to
not
find out.
that far. He's at like 1,200 miles.
Okay, so
I'm at 16.
I'm
Yeah.
cheating. I am cheating.
It's an assist. It's a tag team. You're working together. You got started, and then Matt's going to pick up all the slack for you.
Exactly. All right.
We'll see
so
where Matt ends at the end of the year. So.
I have a question for you. Something happened the other day.
Yes.
It happened in our Discord, but so I get a private message from this guy, Max. I don't even know his last name, Stover or whatever. He came in our Discord, and I haven't talked to this guy in like 2 years. I forget why. I guess he was on for the Who's Right. So apparently, now you're a big fan of Doug and Anthony. I don't know if this is a Patreon show or whatever, but apparently this guy Max, he has violated the terms of service or some kind of. Doug's pissed off at him, so they're supposed to be having a trial.
Yeah. I saw some comments in there today. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what that means? What did Doug? Can you explain?
I think they're going to do some. I don't know what the guy did. I have no idea. They mentioned it the other day, so they're going to do like some kind of mock trial, I guess, for
is
this guy.
Is this a Patreon thing or is it on the regular show?
I feel like it's the regular show.
Okay. So he reached out to me, and what I'll do is because I don't have, I'll just bring my TikTok up here. So he reached out to me, and so I haven't seen him in a long, long time.
Right.
So he goes, I'll tell you how long ago it was. January 29th, 2022 was the last time I heard from him. I forgot he was alive.
Oh.
So, okay. So he says, hey, John, I have a favor. I'm going on the Who's Right this upcoming Tuesday, and we're going to do a trial as I am being accused by Doug for trust violations.
Oh, that might be the Patreon then. I think Tuesday's their Patreon. So,
would you be willing to give me a witness testimony in my favor? I'm like, nah, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. Who are you?
Really, I don't know. I don't know who you are, and why would I do that? He says, that's fair. It's been a couple of years. I'd basically need a clip of you saying that Max is a great guy and very honest, and maybe make up some great stuff that I've done. I don't know what he's done. He
wants you to make it up.
Right. So he says, I'll pay you $20. It'll be very funny. $20.
Tell him cash up front and then don't deliver.
Okay. I say, well, okay, I'll send you one. He goes, wonderful, thanks. I said, do you want a video or just audio? And how do I get my $20? He says, perfectly, preferably video, and give me your PayPal information. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to send this. And then what I'm going to do is then I'm going to hold up a $20 bill and I'm going to send a video to
Oh, that's
Doug.
shitty.
Is it shitty?
Okay, go ahead. I missed what you were doing. Go ahead.
No, I'm not doing a topless Budvugger.
I hope he's
So
talking
then I'm
to
going
you.
to send one to Doug saying, hey, who's this guy Max? He gave me $20 to do this testimonial. I did it.
Oh.
Now, all of a
Boomer Bob
sudden now-
says $50 to rage quit topless.
Topless.
You guys need to pay John $50 so he can rage quit topless.
You know what's okay? So I noticed this thing where people are paying people. Like I guess it's the the super chats and super chats. Like we're on Twitter, we're on
Everything.
We're on YouTube right now. I don't think we have super chats activated, or I don't think we're what's it called. We don't have enough people there yet.
No.
But we should. We're not monetized. That's what the word is. We're not monetized. Now, Budvugger wants to put electrical tape on my nipples.
Ooh. Oh, like Jody did when you guys were on. You just do big X's.
Big X on his nipples. But
all three of them.
So I was thinking because I was doing something the other day, and I said, how many would people pay me to eat a donut while we're sitting here? Or today is National Banana Split Day. How fun would it have been if I could have got out of here and got to the place and not had ice cream melting, have a nice banana split here, and be able to eat banana split during the show?
That would have been awesome.
Says everybody send John some bits. I don't even think you can send me bits. I don't think I'm monetized on. Listen, I'm not here. I'm not here to get.
I think that would be
money.
Facebook.
I'm
would
not
be the
trying to
bits,
make
right?
the goal. I'm not trying to, get the people to give me money. I mean, don't get me wrong. The people that come here in the chat, they're very helpful with some of the stuff that they do. It's very easy to do. We have people that send us news stories and stuff like that. That's very helpful because stuff I don't see. Love that. But I'm not here to make a bunch of money or even a little bit. I'm not here for money. I do this for fun.
We're here for the glory, folks. Boomer Bob said, I did the first Who's Right trial. It was an absolute shit show. Oh, I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine. I heard them talking about it the other day, and I don't know who any of the players were. Oh, so Sparky's asking about your
what's
artwork
the
behind you.
FAFD? It's not FAFD, it's FAFO. And it means exactly what you mean. Fuck around and find out. So the Duchess sent me that sign. You're supposed to put it outside your house, and it says, I am I believe in the Second Amendment, and I'm locked and loaded. And if you just come in the house,
It's like anybody have seen the ADP signs, I guess, that you people put like this area is patrolled by whatever or watched by. And then that was just, I think it's as a spoof because it says fuck around and find out, on it.
Right.
You can get an edited version. They asked that. And I'm like, oh, absolutely not.
No.
I sent you the full blown one.
No. I saw a video. It was a news story. There's a guy down in Texas, somewhere outside of San Antonio, and he's sitting there and he's looking out the back door and he sees a guy walking in his backyard with a machete.
No,
He's
fuck.
like, holy shit, right? So he looks at the cameras and he sees the guy, and the guy comes up and he's trying to get in the back door. He's trying to open up the back door. So the guy's like, he's got 2 little kids in the house.
Nope.
This piece of shit goes out, climbs up the side of the house, comes up on the top deck, and starts to come in like in the deck. I don't even know if it was.
That gives me chills. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
So
horrifying.
he runs upstairs, grabs his 9mm, and
Good.
walks out and says to the guy, look, you better, you know what? This isn't worth your life. I've called the cops. You better get out of here. If you come any closer, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to end your
Fair
life.
warning. Yep.
Right. I know that if it was to Jimmy would have opened up the door and said, drop that.
He would have done that and been like, stop, stop, or I'll shoot.
Jimmy
Oh,
would have
wait, I
opened
did
up
that
the door and
backwards.
said,
Oh, sorry.
guess what? Drop that.
I'm armed.
I'm armed. Yeah. So they ended up getting the guy. Guess what he was?
Wait, what did he get him? What do you mean he got him?
The
Did he
police-
shoot him, got him,
No,
or the
no,
police
no.
got
the
him?
Guy, the guy dropped the machete and jumped over the side and went to get away. The police came and they found him. And they arrested him. Guess what nationality he was?
What nationality? Oh, I'm sure he
I'm
was
sorry.
American.
No, you would be wrong. He is
I
not
would be.
American. Yes, you would definitely be wrong.
Is he
not
someone
American.
who came across a border?
He's
perhaps?
a border crosser. Yes,
No
Sparky
way.
Toaster. Yes, he was a border crosser.
Ding ding. Oh well,
No,
in
he
Texas,
wasn't a
yeah.
moose lamb. He was not a moose lamb, and he wasn't a
I'm
chirp.
just chirp.
Yeah, he was a border crosser who comes across, got a machete, and he's going to come in there and he's going to steal, rob. You don't know what he's going to do. This guy's got little kids in the house. Thank God
He's lucky he got warned. Really,
Thank God
that
he
guy-
had a gun.
that guy should have shot him. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know if I
once you
would've done
once you walk inside the house, game over.
I think
and then
I
that
would've
guy
walked
won't
out-
go breaking into anybody else's house.
Yeah, I think I would have
that's
walked.
what
If
he'll
that
do
was
next
me,
time.
I'd have walked out on the back deck and said, "Stop, or I'll
Stop.
shoot." Hands up.
I just noticed Paul walking in my backyard.
Hey, you in the backyard. Oops, sorry. Wait. Oh,
My
there's a
bad.
Homer. My bad.
Row. Drop your hat and play accordion music. They'll just dance. Oh, jeez.
That's a good idea, Bob. I never thought about that. Or
Do you have
just
your
roll-
music?
Roll a basket of fruit, and they'll go run and pick it up.
El Chirpo.
El Chirpo.
Yes, I'll
okay.
tell Paul you all said hi because everybody there he
you go.
is, right back.
Paul,
that way.
look, he's back in the
Yeah.
back of the
He's
shed.
putting all the shit away in the shed.
There he
Yeah,
is.
we've had some home improvement problems yesterday and today and probably tomorrow and through Tuesday until it's all repaired. So
There you go. Texans with a larger property need to set up IEDs.
You know, I don't blame the mentality, but they would totally go to jail for that.
You know, there was it was all over Twitter. There was a guy who had a rocket launcher, a self-propelled grenade, and it says, "Don't buy them off of Team U." And that poor guy, they're like, "Go ahead, shoot it," and the thing exploded, and you saw his head blow right off his body.
You should have put a warning on that, and I should have known not to fucking watch it because
Well, I just
the
put it in
result,
our
I was like, "Holy shit!"
That's why I don't put a warning on it, because I know the Duchess is going to watch it. I couldn't do it in here; we would end up getting taken down.
Oh, we would have totally been like, they'd have shut that shit right off.
It's. I mean, you just see his head like just like a pumpkin.
It popped off. It literally was like right off. I
know. Jody's in
didn't need to
Rumble
see
chat.
that.
He says,
Yeah.
"I did it for free." What? I'm trying to remember. Jody was in there today over on Who Are These Podcasts? And at the
Congratulations.
Very end, he was at the very end. He's like, "Yeah, just Jody B 50 something on PayPal. Drop some money in there." He's over there begging.
I hope you got some money.
He's over there begging
Cash App. That's all
like
right.
my buddy Aaron Imholt.
Like Max. Oh God.
Oh, Max too. Well, Max was paying me.
Oh, he's
I'm gonna
begging
send
you,
a video,
and
I'm
he'll
gonna
pay you.
Yeah,
You are going to do a video?
Sure, why not?
Well, I
And then
saw
we'll do
we had
both. I'm going to send one to him, and I'm going to send one to Doug.
We had some people in the Discord asking you for testimonials.
Really?
You replied to her.
Oh, that's your buddy. Oh, it's the $ Po Boys 501 over on
I think it's
PayPal.
Cash App.
Cash App, PayPal, PayPal, Rumble chats, YouTube super chats. I forget what whatchamacallit is.
Sparky had asked what was going on. It's not a tree branch. It's we've had some cracked pipes underneath in my kitchen. So it's my kitchen sink and dishwasher, bathroom, shower, sink, and washing machine are currently not usable.
It's cracked pipes, not a crack pipe like Hunter Biden has.
Yeah,
There's a difference. Jesus Christ! Everybody in the chat's putting in their PayPal stuff.
Yeah, y'all should send me some money. I got a kitchen to fix. No, it's fine.
All right, I want to get into this story about this. We didn't do it last week. I guess Dean sent the story in, right?
Yes, of the Detroit judge. Yes, thank you,
All right.
Dean.
Detroit judge who had teen handcuffed for sleeping in court is temporarily removed from the docket.
I can't believe it's temporary. That's disgusting.
All right, Detroit judge has a teenage girl handcuffed and put into a jail uniform for falling asleep during a field trip to his courtroom has been removed from the docket. Judge Kenneth Keith was temporarily moved from the docket, according to another judge. We're going to have him go through some training sessions dealing with cultural competency, also some sensitivity training, because there should never be a situation where a child is on a field trip and she ends up in a jail jumpsuit and in handcuffs.
Yes.
I disagree.
Oh.
I disagree. Now, first of all, I should find out what grade this was.
She's 15.
She's 15. Okay. Then
Yes.
I definitely side with the judge.
Wow. Okay.
Because, okay, if she was an adult and she was in his courtroom,
She wasn't on trial.
doesn't matter. Does not
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
And
How does that not matter?
No, because you can get contempt of court, because I've seen this happen. Family members that I know when I was in court one time were flipping off to the judge like, this is America and it's free speech. It is not. He hit him with contempt of court, had him, bailiff came, handcuffed him, took him out. They went to jail. So this judge was sitting there, and apparently this girl, Judge King reportedly receiving comments of a threatening nature and was given additional security while in the building, as the court cannot file any police reports on his behalf. Direction on how to do so was provided by Judge King as well. All right.
I totally 100% disagree with you.
All right.
She
the
should
girl's
not have been
mother-
shamed. Absolutely
Wait
not.
a minute. The girl's mother, Latoria Hill, spoke with the news, said, don't play with an upset mother because you told my daughter don't play with you in your courtroom, so you can't play with the citizens of Detroit and an upset mother. This is actually a learning experience. So what they did was they put her in a jumpsuit and they handcuffed her. And she learned, you know what? When a judge tells you to do something, you do it. Don't sleep in the courtroom. Don't sleep in a courtroom.
She dozed off.
See, this is the problem.
You don't know what her home situation was.
I don't
Maybe
even care.
I know.
You know
Well, it's clear you don't.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that what's going on in your life. You're in a courtroom. There's a certain way you're supposed to act. The judge warned her not to fall asleep. He warned her not to fall asleep, but she fell asleep again. Well, so she got a lesson, and so did everybody else over there.
Right. So to dress her in prison garb.
Yep.
And handcuff her.
Yep.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why?
I can see him shut up.
why
I can see
we
him
have-
scolding her. Oh, you be quiet. I can see him scolding her and even reprimanding her. Now, the group that she was with should have also addressed it with this young lady quietly and maybe even had taken her out of the courtroom. Perhaps that could have been done. But to handcuff her and parade her around and put her in prison clothing, absolutely incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. No. Well, because you're just a jerk.
That's why.
You're just a meanie.
I win. Before
No,
the defense
you're a
and
jerk.
prosecution even entered the courtroom, King addressed the students and answered their questions. And then he noticed the 15-year-old girl dozing off. Mm-hmm. He says, quote,
He didn't think anything might have been wrong with her? Or for whatever reason?
Yeah, because that's it. Because there had to be something wrong with it. Couldn't be that she's just bored or everything.
She's out on first of all, it is fucking boring. I hate sitting in court, so God bless that poor kid.
So guess what? Maybe this will be, you know what? You don't want to go back. All right.
Yeah,
So he said, and quote, shush over there. I'm talking. He said, quote, you fall asleep in my courtroom one more time, and I'm going to put you in the back. Understood? And the judge addressed the girl in the courtroom. McKeno and King will also undergo training to address underlying issues that contributed to this incident. We hope.
I wonder what those issues those would be.
Look, we have coddled and happy parented these kids, and now they're just entitled.
Yeah.
You know what? When they get up,
She's
when they
entitled.
get to be 18, yeah.
Because at 15, hanging out in the courtroom is truly what the 15-year-old
She was there
like
on a
to do.
field trip. Why is she falling asleep on a field trip? I know she didn't
Well,
get any
that's
sleep
a
the night
good
before.
question. Maybe,
because why?
maybe there could have been a little bit of empathy, and
Go
they
ahead.
could have found out why
Here we
this kid's
go.
falling asleep.
Yeah, okay.
What do you mean? Here we go.
Here we
Fuck
go.
you.
I want to know why you think this girl was falling asleep in the courtroom.
I don't know why,
Oh,
but
she
nobody's
had to have a
figured to
good
ask
reason.
her.
She had to have a good
Well,
reason, right?
do 15-year-olds normally fall asleep sitting up?
Yeah.
Like for whatever reason? Okay. Well, your kids did that? They just sat down in front of you and just
Probably.
zoned out? Well, yeah, I don't blame them.
Bob says the judge is just conditioning her for her life later on. Look, the judge warned her, and she just ignored the judge orders. That's not something you should do.
She's a 15-year-old. She's a
Doesn't
15-year-old.
matter.
She wasn't an adult. She wasn't in there it wasn't even a trial going on. It's not like anything was happening. She literally dozed off during a discussion.
All right. I got to try this.
He
I
got
don't
a
know if
big
this-
boner to humiliate this young lady. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
All right. So here we go. I see tears here. I'm going to play the video from the website. Let's hear this load of bullshit. It's going to be a commercial. I guarantee it.
But we begin tonight with a mother outraged by the way a judge punished her daughter on a field trip to his courtroom. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Carolyn Clifford. 7 News Detroit broke the story 24 hours ago. Well, tonight, the teen's mom says she did not know what happened until we started digging. Her 15-year-old daughter fell asleep, and the judge felt compelled to teach her a lesson. Well, now the story is making national headlines. The entire country is talking about how the girl ended up in handcuffs and a jail uniform.
All right, so hold on. So here they're putting
Handcuffs?
things up here. Yeah, a teen was falling asleep during a courtroom field trip. She ended up in handcuffs and jail clothes. Washington Post. Oh, I see. These are just headlines. Okay. All right. I thought that maybe some people were
7 News Detroit reporter Ruta Olsonida is following up tonight as the teen's mom sounds off.
That mom says she was horrified to see her daughter in handcuffs and says Judge King didn't have the full story.
Wah! She didn't have the full story.
Just play it if you're going to make everybody listen to this bullshit.
We're
Hit
going to
play.
get the Duchess. We're going to get the full story. I can't wait to get the full story.
King
Good.
didn't have the full story.
Would you want someone to treat your child like that? Would you?
Oh, look at the goddamn crocodile tears. What?
Why would you say that? Why do you say they're crocodile tears, John?
Because. Stop
Because?
it. You know what she
No,
sees
why?
right now?
Because
she sees
why?
a payday. I guarantee you
She's
she
a pain.
sees this.
Yes, because she said, I'm going to send
Guarantee
my
it.
sleepy 15-year-old in, hope she falls asleep, and then the judge arrests her, like puts her in handcuffs, embarrasses
He didn't
her
put her in a
on a
cage.
live stream.
He didn't put her in jail.
And make her-
He put her in.
No,
It's no
okay,
big deal.
but that
Really isn't.
no big deal, no big deal.
not.
But
It's
she's
really
crocodile
not.
tearing.
Yes, the mother's
Fuck
crocodile
that.
tearing.
Oh please.
You know what would happen if I did? My dad says, I guess, you know what would happen? If that happened
You would have had
me,
to stay in jail because your father would have beat the fuck out of you.
my
You know.
father would have said, you should stay in jail. My father would have said, hey, maybe next time you can stay the fuck awake when the judge tells you to stay awake. That's the lesson here. That is the
That's the
lesson. When
lesson.
authority
Okay.
tells you to do something, you do it.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
listen to
I'll
the
remember
mother.
that. I'll
Yeah.
remember you.
Let's
quoted
listen to the
yourself
mother.
that. All right. Right.
And find out.
Oh please.
Your child like that if he fell asleep in the courtroom?
Latoria Hill is a single mother of 2 children, including her oldest daughter, Eva Goodman. She signed her up for a summer program with the Greening of Detroit nonprofit to keep her busy. What was supposed to be an educational field trip to 36th District Court Tuesday turned into a traumatizing experience for both of them.
I still say it's a learning experience. Guess what? Sometimes learning experiences are traumatizing. No?
Judge Kenneth King not liking Eva's attitude and seeing her falling asleep, placing her in handcuffs and a jail uniform.
I'm thinking maybe
Handled
she needs
poorly.
To go to the juvenile detention facility. You do understand that we have a jail for kids.
Latoria says Eva was falling asleep because the family does not have a permanent residence at the moment. They're just trying to make ends meet.
To belittle her in front of the whole world and her friends, to make her even feel more worse about our situation. I'm a single mother. I'm trying my best. I'm doing everything that I can.
I'll tell you what, baby girl. Mama getting paid now. Mama getting paid. I'm telling you,
up.
there was so many lawyers sticking cards in her pockets.
Good.
I know.
Good.
This is why the country's going to shit, because we're allowing
Yeah.
these kids.
Yeah.
to
It's those kids who fell asleep because she's fucking homeless. There you go. Nice.
You
Good
can
job.
barely hear what the hell she's saying. What are we talking about here? I got the whole thing up. Hang on. Try it again.
You sleep at home in your bed, not in court.
I don't have a bed. I sleep it in the back of the car.
You're heartless.
How many
That's
baby daddies
disgusting.
does she have? Well, I think
It doesn't matter.
Nah, it
doesn't
doesn't.
matter.
That's fine.
So the fact that he was talking about you go home and get in your bed, how do you know my baby got a home? How do you know my baby got a bed, her own bed that she can sleep in? She don't have that right now. So she was tired.
We spoke to Judge King Tuesday, who stands by his actions to discipline the child after showing him, quote, attitude.
So do I have any reservations? Do I think I was heavy-handed in what I did? No, I don't, because I'll do whatever it needs to be done to reach these kids and make sure that they don't end up in front of me. So that was my own version of scared straight.
You didn't scare nobody straight. You made a parent upset. You scared my child. She was nervous, didn't even know how to act. She'd never been inside no courtroom.
Latoria frustrated with how this was all handled.
I guarantee you she never falls asleep in court again. I guarantee you.
Removed Eva from the summer program and stands up for her daughter now after she couldn't stand up for her in that courtroom.
And my baby been struggling and she been held on tight. She been going to school. She get good grades. She don't give me no problems.
Judge King has offered to mentor the girl. The family says they are not interested. In Detroit, I'm Ruta Olsonida, 7 News Detroit.
Nice.
All right, thank you so much, Ruta.
Oh, what a mentor. Fabulous.
This is what's
He was a
wrong.
little heavy.
We
He was a
coddle these
little.
kids.
Shut your pie hole. He was very heavy-handed. There was no need to put her in handcuffs. Handcuffs, John. No.
Should have
There's
took her
no need
downstairs
for
and
that.
nightsticked her.
Yeah.
That'll teach her not to.
Such a
That'll
douche.
teach her not to.
You're disgusting. That's just terrible. Ugh. Mm-mm. You're just awful.
Why? The kid did
Jail.
She go to jail?
Like
She
they
didn't go to jail. She
They
didn't go
should.
They put her in a
He
jumpsuit
handcuffed her and
handcuffed her.
humiliated her. No,
And you know what they did? They even
absolutely
handcuffed her hands in front of her. They didn't handcuff their hands behind her.
not. Wow. I'm surprised she didn't fall down the fucking stairs either. Jeez. Like the other inmates.
Let's see what the smoke detector is loud when sleeping in your car. Keeps you up all night.
Bob. Stop.
Someone is going to Disneyland. That's what Budweiser says. Should have charged her with 34 felonies. That's a good one. He said she showed him attitude, but we didn't get to hear that. Well, I guess we didn't. Sparky says, I'm going into the kitchen for a popsicle.
In your home, right, Sparky? Because you
your
have a
home.
home.
That's
in
right.
your home, in your kitchen.
Taking a nap. Okay.
No, he handled that very poorly. That could have been handled in a.
No, now he's got to go. Yeah, you know what? I said, listen. I'm
And you
the
know what?
judge
Now
here.
he's gonna have to go apologize because they took him off the fucking
I
bench. Dumb
refuse.
dick.
I would refuse to apologize.
Well,
the girl's over
oh
there
well.
falling
Nice
asleep in
knowing
the
you.
courtroom. I told her not to fall asleep. She fell asleep anyhow. You know what? We should have removed her from the courtroom. That's it.
Well, honestly, the chaperones on that trip should have addressed the situation before it got that out of hand.
Budweiser
So,
says if there's a
I agree
lawsuit,
with
they
that.
should be paid in 9-volt batteries.
Well, where do you hang that? Where do you keep them in the car?
I don't know. That was a good story. Sorry we didn't do that one last week. Duchess is, always, this is what's wrong. The mother, oh, you can't do it. The father's, again.
I'm a human being. I'm a human being. That's
So
just
what?
was
She's
cruel.
fine. The
It
girl
was
is fine.
cruel. No, I
not
can see
cruel.
her being Shush! I can see her being spoken to. I can see several of the things he did, but to handcuff her and dress her in prison clothing is over the top, and there was no need for that. There was none. He
I just
overstepped
tased her.
completely.
Wake up! Don't you laugh. That's not funny. That's not funny.
You're a terrible man. You're a terrible, terrible man.
Didn't I tell you not to fall asleep again? Wake up! You know what? It's very hard for me because I'm going to get into this one part and everything kind of wraps around this one basic story.
Right.
So I kind of want to go to something else first.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard this. Telegram founder Pavel Durov.
Durov. D-U-R-O-V. Durov.
Right, whatever.
Durov. Yeah.
He was arrested in Paris airport. Now, what was his big crime? His big
He's
crime
several. Yeah.
as co-founder and CEO of the messaging app Telegram. The billionaire Russian exile was arrested, said that it was issued a search warrant as part of the investigation. A staunch free speech advocate, his encrypted messaging app, which has some 900 million users worldwide. So that's what his crime was, that he has an app out there that's encrypted that the government and actors cannot go in and find and go in there and snoop around. They can't do that. Law enforcement believes that Telegram's lack of moderation and tools it offers, such as cryptocurrency, makes it complicit in global drug trafficking, pedophilia, and fraud. Is there any proof of this? And okay, and even if there is proof of this, does that mean that he has to stop it? Like, in other words, he's offering an app that's secure that people can use to communicate back and forth and not have to worry about people getting in and breaking into. All right, but you can't, not in France. No.
Right.
So I do agree with this. In other words, he knew there was an arrest warrant out for him, so he went to France anyhow. And
yeah,
guess what?
Well,
they
that was
arrested
shocking.
him.
He went over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were other charges against him, though, weren't there?
Not that I know of. He's in custody.
Okay.
he was okay. Let's see. He lives in Dubai, where Telegram is based. He's also a citizen of France and the United Arab Emirates. He founded the Telegram in 2013. So Russia wanted him to hand over the encryption.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And he said no, so that's when he left. All right, so this is the problem. During an interview with Tucker Carlson in April, said that he fled Russia because he didn't want to take orders seemingly from the Russian government. I understood that I would rather be free. I wouldn't want to take orders from anyone, so I left behind probably a comfortable life.
Okay.
So it's never about being rich. Everything in my life was about becoming free. And
he's
to
pretty
an
rich,
extent, it is
but yes.
possible. My mission in life is to allow people to also be free. In 2018, Russia blocked Telegram when the app refused to comply with a court order to share its encryption keys. So there you go. He's worth about $15.5 billion.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like I wasn't really trying to be rich, but I'm a billionaire. Scroll down more on this article because there were other charges against him.
Let's see.
I'd seen. I couldn't find the article quickly.
He's expected to appear before the judge.
Okay.
On charges connected to terrorism, narcotics, complicity, fraud, money laundering, receiving stolen goods, and child pornography. All right.
Oops.
He didn't do this.
A few. Well, his app
do
does,
this.
though.
He just had a platform where maybe some people were doing it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if there's any proof. Is there any proof?
Okay. Well,
but I think that's
guilty until proven innocent, and child porn is a tough one.
That's how it is now. I agree with that. So anyhow, God forbid that you have a app that's encrypted that nobody can get into, and you can actually go on the internet and have a conversation without anybody eavesdropping on you. How
with
dare
children?
you?
Yeah.
We want your
children.
ape. We want your ape. So. All right.
Nice poster, by the way.
Oh, you like it now that you can see yourself?
All you could see was your head.
I know. I moved it over. Everybody was complaining they couldn't see the Duchess's cartoon with her big fucking cartoon tits.
Shut up. I look better in the cartoon.
All right. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Well, let me play this, and then I have a question for you after this.
Okay.
And have video games and sports. What do women have?
Like they have golf.
Sephora.
We don't have like there's no sport that girls go play all day long with each other on the weekends. Like we don't have that.
No, men have all these like little activities that they get to do, and I'm like, what do we do?
Exactly. Like I'm like, interesting.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, what would life be like if I had hobbies on a things to do on a regular basis that don't involve eating, drinking, or being on my phone, or like the basics, like I read.
Okay, my question to you is:
oh my God, these dummies. Okay.
Why don't women have hobbies? Why don't they have?
We do have hobbies. Smart women have hobbies.
I was just wondering because I don't see women like having a sports league or something like that where they get together and like they could very easily take up golf or tennis or.
There is women's golf.
Really? Pickleball, Sparky says?
LPGA? Isn't that a golf?
I don't know. Have a night where they get together and play cards and
yeah.
I don't know, tickle each other and have pillow fights. I don't know. What do you women like to do?
We do. We get in lingerie and then we drink a lot of champagne and then we jump up and down on a trampoline and then he each other with pillows.
That's what we think.
But only the feather pillows, so they just fly everywhere.
Dean says, just shut up and make me a sandwich. That's not right.
I have such a vicious response that I'm not going to say.
Girls get to cook for their man and keep the clean house. What else do they need?
I know, like, oh my God, that's my whole goal.
No, but I mean, again, they're like, oh yeah, guys go out and they have like leagues and they play stuff and they do all this stuff.
They can do that. Women can do that.
And, yeah, women can, but they don't. And then it's like, well, men do it. Yeah. Well, okay. I was just wondering why it's our fault that you ladies don't do that.
I think it's the women's fault if they don't do that. They are their own scissoring.
Oh
my God. Mike says we got scissoring and then Scissor Olympics. Thanks, Dean.
The Scissor Olympics.
No, there's golf, there's pickleball, there's all kinds of running clubs, there's sports clubs here. You could do any type of workouts you want. You can swim. I mean, I don't understand. Like almost all the sports the men play. Women can play.
Do you have? All right. Can I ask you? I just want to ask you a personal question.
Sure.
Like, do you have like a group of friends, like a like a gang that you kind of hang with?
I have a couple friends. I don't
Couple
do
friends.
I don't do like girl gangs. Like I don't get like 10 of my best friends and then we go like hang out in a bar or go to a club or something.
Okay.
I don't. If like that, we don't do. But I do have some groups that I belong to that, like I have a hiking group that we go on, and it's like some women that like I'm like Facebook friends or I knew through other things in life that I'm no longer involved in, but we still kind of keep in touch. Like we participate, like we cross platforms on stuff like that. But
guys love to get together. Like I remember
I played softball for a couple of years. I mean, that's a league.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there you go. Softball. Okay. Because I
Until
remember
tore my hamstrings all up.
guys like I remember we decided like on Monday nights we're just going to go to a bar and watch Monday Night Football until halftime. We're going to go get something to eat, have a couple drinks, catch up.
I would love to do that.
Watch a game. Yeah, so we got like I think there was like 8 or 9 guys, and we they would all come. We'd get to the bar, and we'd sit down, we'd grab something to eat, have some beers, and do that kind of stuff and all. But women didn't seem like they do that. I don't know. Again, I'm just saying, go to wineries. How many times can you go to the winery?
I don't do that. I don't think I've even been to a winery. Maybe a couple. I don't go do that. Like when you see like that, they do like the hot girl summer and then like, oh, it's pumpkin spice fall. And then they all wear the fedoras and the boots and they go hang out. I don't do that. Like for me, that's not my thing. Like a lot of women do. There's a ton of women I know that do it. Around here, they get their little groups and they wear the little fall sweaters and their bags and they go and they drink their wine and good on them. That's what they want. That's their girl group and that's what they want to hang out. Mouse is a winery that plays Rush music. That would be a fun winery. I would go to that. But I don't know. It's just not the only wineries I've been to are ones where I've done 5Ks and then I get a glass at the end. So
glass of wine at the end so you get ripped.
Yeah. So I'm tired. I'm like, I'll drink it.
So the Jimmy went on vacation. He's over in Europe. He took a plane over to Europe. All right. Apparently he's on a cruise. The thing about Jimmy is he doesn't tell you about his life. He always sneaks out of town like a cat that shit on the rug.
Like under the cover of darkness.
Right. So he sends me a video. He's like, hey, John, do I get a video of girls sunning by the pool? Do I get a video of whatever country he's in? I do not. What do I get a video of? His toilet. His toilet is what I get. The toilet in his cabin. Here's the Jimmy.
He's classy.
Oh, Johnny, would you look at this? This is Viking Tours new and improved Turd Muncher 5. After 5 countries, 4 air flights, no sleep, and didn't have a bowel movement, you can imagine what I had to wrestle out there today.
He's a classy fella.
This is what I get.
Look at this toilet. Hey, Johnny, you got to see this.
I get the Turd Muncher 5. Hold on, let me push the button and show you how powerful.
And here it goes. Listen to this.
Nothing.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
I don't know, press a button. It sounds like it'll suck your shoes right down.
Anything you got to throw at it.
That'll handle your long shits, your big wide shits. That'll handle your cheese shits.
Any poop you got. Sling it in there.
You can throw at this thing.
It's disgusting.
Jesus Christ, Jimmy. I swear to
So
God.
he's on Viking Cruise Line. So he's out with the ladies. Remember you said he lost weight? I bet he's going to pick up some ladies.
That's right. He's over there.
Some widowed, some divorcee on a ship. Like, I need a cigarette.
They call me the Jimmy. I'm every once in a while one of the.
You might have heard of me.
Yeah, I'm on the Boomer Bunker podcast. I've also been on Brand X.
You familiar with that?
No, we're not.
I imagine him meeting somebody like Marge Simpson's sisters who smoke, like the smoky ladies. I can't Selma
I'll tell you,
and whatever.
I will say this about Jimmy: he has.
Oh, he's charming. He's charming.
He's a charming motherfucker. If there's girls over there to bang, he'll be banging them. I'll tell you that right
He
now.
commented on my boots when I was out there. He liked my boots. He's like, I like your boots. I'm like, thank you. Thank you very much.
There we go. All right, so the big news in politics
Thelma and
right
Patty.
now.
Yeah, there you go.
Thelma and Patty. The big news in politics now is RFK dropping out of the race and throwing his support to Donald Trump.
That was incredible.
I'm shocked, to be quite honest with you. Now, of course, the mainstream media is like everything. He's horrible, and
they're kicking him under the bus.
Oh my God, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. So this is what this says. When a lifelong Democrat from an iconic Democrat family who's tried to run as a Democrat and whose running mate was a Democrat warn you about the dangers of voting for the Democrat in this election, you should probably listen. This is kind of sort of like this is a big deal. This is a huge deal where he said that. Well, hang on a second. Let me just go. This is just a little piece of what he said.
At the palace coup against President Biden, the same shadowy DNC operatives appointed his successor, also without an election. They installed a candidate who was so unpopular with voters that she dropped out in 2020 without winning a single delegate. My uncle and my father both relished debate. They prided themselves on their capacity to go toe-to-toe with any opponent in the battle over ideas. They would be astonished to learn of a Democratic Party presidential nominee who, like Vice President Harris, has not appeared in a single interview or an unscripted encounter with voters for 35 days.
We've been listening to independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. from
CNN cut him off.
Because they don't want to hear the truth.
He went on for like an hour. He went on for an hour. I watched the whole thing. It was amazing. He basically torched the Democratic Party, called them.
He called them all out. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he called them all out. And, okay. Now, got a big argument with Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks and kind of Jody. All right, because they said, and you said the same thing. You said his voice is grating and you can't listen to him. Like it's hard. So it's hard.
That's not quite what I said. You
I
paraphrased very greatly, Mr.
Please correct
Domingo.
me.
Okay, I said he's difficult to listen to, but I didn't say he was incorrect. I said he is right. He has a lot of good things to say, but the problem is his delivery, because of his voice, is people don't listen to him because the American people, majority of them, like things wrapped up nice and neat, presented in a pretty little package, and you have to pay attention to when he speaks. And a lot of people don't like that.
Okay.
So I don't think he's wrong on a lot of things. So go ahead.
You think he's wrong on a lot of things?
I said I don't think he's wrong.
Okay. All right. There you go. I have a solution.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. So what we need is a voiceover artist.
Yes.
Okay. I have one. Here we go.
My uncle and my father both relished debate. They prided themselves on their capacity to go toe-to-toe with any opponent. And the battle over ideas, they would be astonished to learn of a Democratic Party presidential nominee who, like Vice President Harris, has not appeared in a single interview or an unscripted encounter with voters for 35 days.
Is that better?
Is it warm in here? I love Mike Rowe. I'm sorry.
Do you? Well, Mike sent you a message. Ready?
Oh.
Here we go.
Hey, Duchess, it's Mike. How about after the show we jump into a private chat and I read Rush lyrics to you?
Okay. Oh, my.
She has the vapors.
I got the vapors. I do love Mike Rowe. He is a fabulous speaking voice. And I do think Mike Rowe would be a good person to get involved with, maybe as some kind of liaison or connection somewhere. I honestly, I think he's got a lot of really good things to say. I do
agree.
enjoy listening to his podcast.
I think that Kennedy should whisper into Mike's ear. And
I
Mike
wish.
should just repeat what he says.
I think Mike should whisper in my ear.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Duchess, it's Mike. How about after the show we jump into a private chat and I read Rush lyrics to you?
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
All right, so here we go. So he did some, he really did talk about stuff, and I was going to play the Kennedy, him talking, Kennedy actually talking, but I figured, why not just use AI Mike Rowe?
There in Chicago, a string of Democratic speakers mentioned Donald Trump 147 times just on the first day. Oh, who needs a policy when you have Trump to hate? In contrast, at the RNC convention, President Biden was mentioned only twice in 4 days.
So there you go. And then finally,
how did the Democratic Party choose a candidate that has never done an interview or debate during the entire election cycle? We know the answers. They did it by weaponizing the government agencies. They did it by abandoning democracy. They did it by suing the opposition and by disenfranchising American voters. What most alarms me isn't how the Democratic Party conducts its internal affairs or runs its candidates. What alarms me is the resort to censorship and media control and the weaponization of the federal agencies. When a U.S. president colludes with or outright coerces media companies to censor political speech, it's an attack on our most sacred right, a free expression, and that's the very right upon which all of our other constitutional rights rest.
All right.
Now, see, I tell you, more people would listen to that than listen to RFK.
All right,
It
so
sounds
just
great.
so everybody knows.
It's super close to Mike Rowe's voice.
That's
It's
not Mike
amazing.
Rowe. It's what
It's
I did was I
not.
took Mike's Rowe,
Well, it's
I
his-
got his
yeah.
podcast,
Mhm.
and I got about a minute and a half, and I put it in 11 Labs. And then what I did was I went over and I got RFK's speech from YouTube, and I went and put it through a transcript thing. So that was the exact words that
Right.
RFK Jr., Bobby, I'm going to start calling him Bobby. Bobby, that was his exact words that Mike Rowe read. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think that this could hold him back. But if you just had Mike Rowe just do the voiceovers,
Yes.
I think it would work. I really do.
RFK Jr. for president.
Now.
No, I first of all, that AI is very good because it's amazing. I think Mike Rowe has a little more inflection in his voice, but that was very well done, frankly.
I think AI did very well with this.
Hey, Duchess, it's Mike. How about after the show we jump into a private chat and I read Rush lyrics to you?
You have to send me that. I'm going to play that every night as I drift off to sleep.
Now, as as Bobby goes and he decides to suspend his what is it? His election
Candidacy.
campaign. Thank you. Jesus Christ, John. He decides to suspend his campaign. He's not getting out of the race. He's just
You're
suspending.
correct.
So this is what he's doing, and I think this is genius. And I have a feeling that the Trump campaign put this in his ear. Listen, Bobby, I got an idea for you. See, the Democratic states, they're locked up, and in the Republican states, they're locked up. You stay on the ballot. And we'll just say, go ahead, vote for Bobby on that one. It doesn't matter because I'll win those states and Kamal win those, and you'll get your 5%. But what I need you to do is on the battleground states are the ones that make a difference. You come out and you throw your support to me. And I'm telling you right now, the Democrats are shitting their pants.
Yeah,
They
he's
are
removing his name from the ballot on the battle
Yes.
on the states where it's too close on the
Correct.
battleground. I guess the battleground ones.
Yes.
And then he's staying on the ballot in other states, but he's purposefully removing his name on
Right.
some of those. It's like in Michigan and Pennsylvania where it could pull a vote. He may not get tons of vote, but it might be just enough to make that difference, which is and Trump doesn't need tons of votes. He needs just enough.
Right.
So that could make a difference.
Budweiser says that's how you play chess and not checkers.
Correct.
I agree. All right. So what happens? Now, let me tell you, I'll just say this to you. His family is his siblings are the biggest pieces of shit I've ever heard of in my entire life.
Oh, that made me sad.
All right. So here we go. Here's a statement. Statement on Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s announcement today. We want America filled with hope and bound together by shared visions of a brighter future, a future defined by individual freedom, economic promise, and national pride. We believe in Harris and Walz. We believe in Harris and Walz. Our brother Bobby's decision to endorse Trump today is a betrayal of the values that our father and our family hold most dear. It's a sad ending to a sad story. Have you listened to them? Have you listened to Kamala? Yeah. Have you watched that fucking communist propaganda thing that was the Democratic National Convention or whatever it's called? Did you see that nonsense that was going on over there? I mean, it was horrible.
It was bad. And I will say that Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, the ones that I guess the eldest sister, I don't know if this is an age order or what, she'd posted this. Most of the Kennedys had posted this on their own Twitter pages,
right?
X pages, and the comments were savage. Isn't even the word I would use.
They should be.
They were. I thought they were worse. And I think first of all, not unexpected, but second of all, I think they were absolutely correct because basically the Kennedys. This generation of Kennedys, what the government has become is not what their father and his brother fought for. JFK was against communism. This is literally becoming communism. I mean, it's not. He wouldn't have backed this nonsense at all. There's no way. And frankly, and here's the other thing: the whole Kennedy Camelot thing. That's done. Like people don't. That generation, they've all died or they're dying or they're moved on. Like, I don't have reverence for the Kennedys.
No.
Like, I can look back and be like, at the time, I can see where people were very, they were very inspirational. Like, it was a young family, they're a good looking family with good looking kids. It was like, like that all American kind of thing. And people loved that, that story. And it just ended so terribly tragic for so many of them. But that whole thing, it's people don't have those values. They don't have that core. They don't relate to that anymore. So people, I think that their tweet isn't going to resonate with anybody who's under 40. Like who's like, who the fuck the Kennedy? Like they don't know. They don't know that whole Camelot blown up nonsense.
The father, the patriarch, Joe Kennedy, he was a bootlegger. And he made all his money running illegal alcohol during the Prohibition. All right. So then his sons, there was Joe Kennedy. He went off to fight in World War II. And unfortunately, he was killed in action. John Kennedy, he was trying to run for president. He was a senator. He was trying to run for president. They ended up getting in bed with the mafia and tried to get the mafia to get him over the top. All right, that wasn't such a great idea, but anyhow, he ended up being president. Then he found out that the military-industrial complex wanted him to go to war in Vietnam. He didn't want to go to war in Vietnam. He was very anti-war.
He did not.
So they basically, the CIA had him killed. All right.
Yeah, that war was all LBJ. He threw everybody right in for that. He killed a lot of our guys. He backed that 100%. Money.
Yeah, because Kennedy was dead. They killed Kennedy so Johnson could go in and do the job. Then, what they didn't realize, I'm sure they did, was Bobby Kennedy was the attorney general.
And got rid of that, too.
He started to run for president, and then they had him killed also. Okay? And then Edward Kennedy said, you know what, I'll just be the senator of Massachusetts.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. No, I'll be the senator of Massachusetts. I'm not running for shit.
Hold my empty beer.
Yeah.
I'll just kill people with my car.
I'm just going to drink my Chevitz here in Martha's Vineyard, and I'm fine. I just drowned a chick every once in a while. That was the other thing. Mary Jo Kopechne. Apparently, she was pregnant, so he ran his car off of the bridge and let her drown in the car.
He was a disgusting human being.
Right.
Absolutely. And of course got away with it because Kennedy.
Right,
they also, didn't they shove a sister in who was like, they like lobotomized her and like shoved her away.
She was one of the retarded Kennedys. They had her lobotomized because whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a few broken, and then of course
there
the whole
a bunch of broken toys. Then they had John, who was like this amazing looking guy. And he got his pilot's license. He had a beautiful wife and his sister-in-law. And they went to fly to Martha's Vineyard in the fog. And he didn't have instruments rating, and he flew the goddamn thing right into the water and killed himself. So, all right. That being said, All right. So now we have Kerry Kennedy. Now she's on the news. So she's on the news now. Listen to her voice.
Now she's got to cover her ass. Yeah.
All right. Listen to her voice.
You know, I think this is really the stakes.
Right?
She sounds just like him.
She sounds just like him. Is this the whole family's got?
Does she have an issue?
I don't know. I have this first
What's
time
this
ever
one?
hear
Is
it
this
all.
Carrie?
This is Kerry Kennedy, yeah.
This November couldn't be higher, which is exactly why my whole family will be fighting so hard to reelect Kamala Harris and Coach Walz.
Reelect? She's never been elected.
She's the same thing he does. That's
Oh, she does? She has the
spasmodic
same thing?
dysphoria. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Didn't know.
No, she still sounds like shit. So, there's my point. It sounds bad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to get somebody like a female to do this for the next one. Whatever.
Who've been champions for the values that my family has fought for years.
So you're telling me your family's fought for socialism, for just basically taking somebody and installing them as the president of the United States? I think your family was for democracy, for fair and balanced elections, for debate on issues. I think that's what your family was for. And the Harris-Walz ticket has none of it. And I mean none of it.
I'm wondering which Kennedy is going to benefit from that.
I have no.
Which one are they putting somewhere? Because the eldest was she was the attorney general or the lieutenant governor of
Massachusetts.
No, Georgia. I don't know. Kennedy. I gotta spell lieutenant governor. That's
Red Wizard Ate My Baby says it's Catherine Hepburnism. Is what she has.
Yeah, it sounds
the
like
polar opposite. He's a threat to the most basic freedoms that are core to who we are as Americans. The right for women to control our bodies.
Trump is the most liberal conservative on abortion.
No one is taking away women's control of their bodies. The only thing he did, which again I'm not happy about it, is he set it back to the states.
Right.
And the fact that they're still marching to this whole abortion ban, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. They're literally lying about it. So I mean,
same thing with Project 2025. They're trying to hang that fucking dog bone around Trump's neck too.
The right to live in communities safe from gun violence, to love who you love. And I think if my dad were alive today, the real Robert Kennedy would have detested
everything that me and my brothers and sisters are doing to Bobby right now. He would have gave us a backhand right on the cheek.
Everything Donald Trump represents, his lying, his selfishness, his rage, his cynicism, hatred, racism, fascist sympathies.
What? This is all lie. They have lied. I'm telling you, these Democrats.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Yeah, she's just
and the
making it up.
fucking media just sits there. Now, if this was, let's say Trump or J.D. Vance was doing the same thing, telling lies about Kamala. What's her name over here?
Ginger Spice over here.
Ginger Spice over here. She used to be the. I can't remember her name now. She would be sitting there trying to shut him up. And she would not do it. And again, they just sit there and let them spout lies and just sit there with their fucking hands, sitting on their hands doing nothing.
Deliberate misinformation about vaccines, criminal felony.
Trump had the vaccines. He was the one that got them fast-tracked. He's not anti-vaccine. What the hell's going on with this broad? You know something? There's something wrong with her voice, and I think it went right into her fucking brain.
Convictions. Daddy was the Attorney General of the United States. His
100 years
rape
ago.
of E. Jean Carroll, his contempt.
He never raped this. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you what, man. They have got. She's sitting there reading. You look at her. She's reading from a script.
Yep.
For the war and suffering, for ethics, democracy, healing.
Look at this redheaded bitch.
She's literally looking down.
What's her name?
Just let her talk. Yeah.
What's her? God,
Jen
Psaki.
Psaki.
Psaki. Jen Psaki. Look at her, just sitting there.
Cruel sneering at human rights for suffering of people in America and around the world. And these are the causes that was loved so passionately by the real Robert Kennedy. So I'm outraged and disgusted by my brother's gaudy and obscene embrace of Donald Trump. And I completely disavow and separate and dissociate myself from Robert Kennedy Jr. in this flagrant and inexplicable effort to desecrate and trample and set fire to my father's memory.
Wow. So she just wrote him off. Like he's dead to her. Like literally like, what a fucking lunatic. What a lunatic. You know what? Politics sucks because it does.
Yeah.
It has a great divide for families and things like that. But that's sad. Go ahead.
We got Sparky Toaster
Sparky.
all fired up. Okay, let's talk
He's
about how the
sparked
Dems
up.
were the ones that wanted to keep slavery going and did not want to give a woman the right to vote. Huh?
Yeah.
Well,
if we go ahead.
I'm sorry, Spudfucker says spasmodic dysphoria is rare, and for siblings to have it is just weird. Sorry, Budfucker, I didn't mean to besmirch you.
You can besmirch him.
Okay.
I think I forgot what I was going to say now, but it's just to see it's just nonsense, really. It's not a big deal.
They cannot run on the issues. Everything that they've done has hurt this country since they got in office. They stopped drilling oil. They made it hard they made the price of oil go up 50%. The grocery prices are up. Inflation's up. They dumped all this money in there for the Green New Deal. There's billions and billions of dollars for charging stations. They've built 8 in 3.5 fucking years. I could build 8, and I'm fucking crippled. I could build 8 of those fucking stations in 3 years, and I'm a cripple. All right, cut me a break here. I mean, this is ridiculous, and nobody's calling them out. And the press just sits there and holds their water and happy dances past this and won't ask them a tough question. But boy, oh boy, you get Trump there or J.D. Vance or somebody, and the same thing's going to happen to Kennedy. He's going to do the same thing. But I'll tell you one thing I like about Kennedy, and do I have that here? Did I put it up here?
Sparky says, fuck your Build Back Better. How about just put it back the way you found it? Please.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Please.
So here's Robert F. Kennedy, all right, and he's on this show called Breaking Points. And it's between this girl, Crystal Ball, who's a socialist communist, but then again, I repeat myself, and this dweeb who says he's a conservative, but he's really one of those never-Trumpers. All right, so now they're talking about Gaza. And Crystal Ball and her communist husband, Kyle, whatever his name is, those two, they have shows. He has a podcast. They have a podcast together. And I force myself to listen to Breaking Points because it is again, it's from a Democratic point of view. So he's there, and she's trying to get him to talk about do you support Israel? Right. Do you support Israel? Here we go.
What I'm saying is Hamas is a criminal enterprise.
Sure.
Yes. The Palestinian, and you talk about solutions for the Palestinian people. The Palestinian people are arguably the most pampered people by international aid organizations in the history of the world.
Are you kidding me? Hang on, Crystal. Get ready to get a fucking education.
No, even before this war, 78% of people in Gaza said they had, not enough food to eat.
Right. And why is that? Why are you blaming Israel?
In part, it's Hamas, and in part, it's the fact that Israel imposed a blockade and talked about putting them on a diet.
If your neighbor, first of all, Israel has no obligation. Israel built 3,000 hothouses and gave them for greenhouses. That would have made Gaza completely food self-sufficient, gave it to them as a gift, offered to rebuild the port of Gaza to make it the Singapore of the West. Hamas said, no, we don't want Jew money, we don't want Jew ideas. And what do? The international aid agencies have given Gaza more than 10 times the per capita what we gave to rebuild all of Europe after the Marshall Plan. They've gotten $8,300 per capita every person in Gaza. We rebuilt Europe with $621 per capita in Europe, and we rebuilt it. What did they do with that money? Instead of using it to make this, Gaza's this beautiful country, white sand beaches, it should be a paradise. Hamas said, we don't want that. They take virtually all of that money and they steal it. So the top 5 guys, the top 5 leaders of Hamas are billionaires. Ismail Haniyeh has $5 billion, according to Forbes.
But Bobby, again,
wait, let me just finish.
Oh, hold on, let me stop you because you're making me sound like a fucking moron.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah, please, Bobby, stop talking because I sound like an idiot now. With your fucking facts, you goddamn people with your facts. Listen. I am a socialist, and there's just 2 things. There's the oppressed and the oppressors. And I think that Hamas is and the Palestinians are the oppressed and Israel's the oppressor. And that's all I care about. And I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to interrupt you.
It.
Yeah, and don't you dare use facts and history to tell me about why fucking the Palestinians are in a fucking pickle. They did this to themselves. You know what they should have been? They should have been put in handcuffs and a jumpsuit in court. That's what they should have been done. But now I guess that would have been too much. All right, Iraq, here we go.
No, because you made you are making a statement that is just wrong. It's not Israel's fault that Gaza is poverty-stricken. Gaza should be one of the wealthiest states on the Mediterranean.
They have no control over their own territory.
Of course,
Israel
if you go to war,
everything that comes in and goes out.
If you go to war, no, Crystal, why are you blaming? Why do you insist on blaming Israel rather than blaming Hamas?
I do blame Hamas, but you know what else, Bobby? Our tax dollars do not go to Hamas. They go to the Netanyahu government.
And you
it's
know
our
what?
bombs, 22,000 of which are being bombed, dropped on the civilian population right now.
You know what most of our tax dollars have gone for? For the Iron Dome, which is a way of not invading Gaza. Our country and Israel for 16 years have expended this huge amount of money to try not to go into Gaza, while Gaza sent 2,000 rockets a year, suicide bombers, and of course Israel's
going to how many times has Israel come in and quote-unquote mowed the lawn?
They've gone in 5 times, and every time they've signed a peace agreement with Hamas, and every time they violated that peace agreement. Let me just...
Israel also has been killing Palestinians in West Bank. But Bobby, hold on.
Listen,
I want to move.
He wants to punch her right in the mouth.
I want to
He
move
wants
forward.
to hit her.
Yeah, I want to move forward because you're making an ass out of me, and everything I say you're refuting with facts, and I can't take this anymore. God damn! I tell you what, she is infuriating. Her and her
But
husband.
that guy didn't even get a word in.
No,
He's the dude on the left, the emasculated man.
I know. Well, he kind of sort of is. But anyhow, so that was, and again, I think Kennedy, there's some things that I don't agree with him, but you don't agree with everybody. I don't agree with everything Trump says. Who agrees with everything that everybody does? Look at you and me.
There has
we
to
can't
be.
even, we
I
don't agree
know.
on shit.
We certainly don't agree about how to punish a 15-year-old.
Yeah, of course not. Spare the
Jail
rod,
him.
spoil the child.
Yes, that's exactly what I
so
said.
that girl, Crystal. Hang on, let me go back to that.
Mm-hmm. Crystal Balls.
Crystal Ball is what her name is. Believe it or not, that's what her name is. Hang on.
What I'm saying is the Israeli.
Let me stop this and move this up till we get a picture of her. All right.
Just watch Kennedy's arms fly.
All right. Who does she remind you of? Does she remind you of anybody?
I think she looks like Idina Menzel.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
You
know who she
she's
looks
the
like
chick
to
from
me?
Wicked. Who's the chick from CNN?
Okay.
That Kaitlan. Okay, go ahead.
Kaitlan Collins.
Mm-hmm.
That's who she reminds. Look,
You made press because you were on Stephen Colbert's show, and he said something.
Yeah.
They look just. Is that what it is when you get to be a thin white woman like this?
When you're a Democrat, you're all brown hairs. When you're a Republican, you're all blondes on
Is that
Fox
how it
News.
is?
Well, it
so
seems
Kaitlan
to be.
Collins, with her thin lips, went over to Bill Maher's show, and she's trying. Was she got a book out or something? Why do I see so much of her? I'm seeing way too much of this broad. Here we go.
You made press because you were on Stephen Colbert's show, and he said something like, you guys at CNN just report the news straight, and the crowd burst into laughter. Look, I'm on CNN now. I guess we're on it right now. I mean, they show this show the next night. I don't know how we get away with it with all the fucks, but they do. and all these dirty jokes. But I'm glad, and I'm a big rooter for CNN. But that tells you a lot, doesn't it? I mean, how do you guys think you are doing in that arena of like, this is a terribly divided country. We're not only politicized, a lot of people just hate the other side. And CNN, in my view, should be the place where both sides can watch. How do you think you're doing with that?
How is CNN is the place where both sides can watch. And I think, my show is evidence of that. We have lawmakers on from both parties. We'll have Elizabeth Warren on one night. We'll have Ted Cruz on.
The problem is, listen to her interview Elizabeth Warren, all nicey, and then listen to her interview Ted Cruz.
She interrupted his entire interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nonstop.
Yeah, it's so biased, it's ridiculous. And the fact that this dumb nitwit can't figure this out. Like, do you even watch your own show? Do you even watch what you do and how you talk to one person and tell you? Right. I mean, you have to be a nitwit, like a real dummy.
I think lawmakers
says you interrupt people.
Yeah, I'm a big nitwit. I'm a big dummy. Of course. See? Prove my fucking point.
Thank
Shut
you,
up,
Sparky.
Sparky. You interrupted me.
You should take questions and you should push both of them. But on the...
You don't push both of them. You push one.
She does not.
You push one and you ball wash the other. You Jody Beam.
On CNN being a place of credibility. I mean, look at what just happened in Chicago. We had 300 people from CNN on the ground covering that convention. There were several reporters from just our team alone on the floor, bringing it in real time to people. And I think CNN puts resources behind things and just brings a level of news that you don't get anywhere else. And I think CNN does a great job.
I'm talking about the people on CNN and what I know what the conservative side of America thinks. And I don't blame them. I watched Kamala's speech last night. It ended at 8:09, I guess 11:09 in the East. It wasn't until 11:23 till the one conservative guy, what's his name?
Scott Jennings.
This Lonely Scott, I call him.
David Urban was there too.
Wait a second. I watched from 8:09 to 8:23, they was just gushing about how great a speech it was. And I think she did fine. I didn't think it was as good as they were making it out to be. But if I'm a conservative in America and I'm watching CNN, just for the straight middle of the road, that's what I hear for 15 minutes, is it's great, and then Lonely Scott. It does look, and when you see the path, it does look like tokenism. It's kind of like the same as The View. It's like it's almost better to have nobody there, like MSNBC, than to have just the...
Well, I don't think you could say it's better to have nobody there and then also lament the fact that you don't think the conservative guy, Scott Jennings, who is great, and we have him on my show all the time, spoke up early enough. I think it was a Democratic convention. They turned to Democrats, people like David Axelrod, who ran successful presidential Democratic campaigns first, for their analysis of this. And I don't think that you can say that CNN is anything but fair. I mean, look at that. We covered President Biden's exit from the race very closely, the pressure on him to get out. And I feel like I can speak with authority on this. I'm from Alabama. I'm from a very red state. I have a very conservative family, a lot of them who are Trump voters. They watch my show every night. And I think...
And say, what the fuck did we do wrong?
Where did we go wrong with this dipshit?
Yeah. We should have handcuffed her and put her in a fucking prison jumpsuit. We should have done.
Such a
they know that they can trust me, that, we call bullshit on every side, not just...
Oh, my God.
How'd she even say that with a straight face?
Right.
Jeez. Such a liar.
Whatever leaning our audience may be. And I think that's something that people actually want more of, is to hear from that. I think Scott's voice is really important, but I think other voices are important to hear from. And everyone who was speaking last night, it's not like they were all Democrats. I mean, we had Dana Bash, Jake Tapper, Abby Phillip, all my...
Dana Bash?
Aren't they all Democrats?
I don't know what they are, but I'll tell you what they are not. What they're not is they're definitely biased. Dana Bash, she's the queen of resting bitch face. I mean, cut me a break. And you heard the interview that Dana Bash did with J.D. Vance?
Oh my God, it was brutal.
Yeah. I'd
She's
love
just
to
bored. Like they made her do it. Yeah,
I would love to see her do that same thing to Harris or Walz or whatever his name is. and do the same thing.
Tim.
They'll never, Tampon Tim. They would never do this.
Amazing colleagues.
They come across
giving
that way.
analysis.
They come across that way. In a moment like that, it was like 5-1. It always looks like 5-1. Okay, I'll move on.
Jesus Christ.
He ain't wrong.
All right.
It bothers me that I'm starting to agree with Bill Maher way more than I think I ever have.
Well, I
mean,
mean,
he's a comedian and he's a commentator.
Well, not
so
only
I mean,
that, but listen,
whatever. It's
at
entertainment.
least you can have a conversation with him.
Right.
You know, so here again, here's Kaitlan Collins. So now they're on the panel, and the panel is Kaitlan Collins, that fucking Cajun nitwit from the Democratic. James Carville or whatever.
James Carville, yeah.
Right, and then we got the Texas congressman with the eye patch.
Crenshaw.
That's right, Crenshaw. All right, so they're the ones on the panel. And so now they're talking about the debate and how important this debate's going to be between Kamala and Trump. And this is Caitlin's hot take. Hot take, everybody.
I think we can get there. I think the debate on September 10th is going to be so consequential, and it's going to have an audience that we can't believe, because what does America love?
Hold on. I know.
I can't even understand a half of what he said.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Fucking Cajun
this
moron.
This is Kaitlan Carr. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, I'm sorry. You know, you got to go to our Discord and they'll be there. But here she is. And she, again, resting bitch face. She's got this resting bitch face. I don't know what it is.
She's got the eyebrow up and just the whole bored.
Yeah. It's like, well, she's
that's her attentive face. She's listening.
Yeah, she's listening.
Audience that we can't believe, because what does America love? A train wreck. And they had one on June the 27th. And they want another train wreck.
I agree on that. Do you guys have that debate?
It's ABC debate.
ABC debate.
If it happens, I still think it's an open question of
Really?
whether or not it happens.
Trump's going to go. He's got to.
You think that Trump is going to pull out?
I think Trump is nervous about it. I think I talked to a lot of sources in his world. I think he has really struggled with it. It's not just a narrative or a talking point from Democrats. He really has struggled with how to combat her. And I think going into that debate, he does not really want to do it. I think it's difficult, if not impossible, for him to pull out, because his campaign manager had cards printed that said anywhere, anytime, any place for President Biden, and it would look weak. But I don't think he's looking forward to it at this point.
No.
He's probably chomping at the bit.
He can't wait to debate her. What has she got? She's got nothing.
Nothing. All she's got to do is start talking about her record, and she's going to crawl underneath the lectern.
They shot down.
Right.
That's where she belongs.
No way.
Yeah.
All right.
She shot down all the other dates.
Yeah.
That's what
she
Budweiser
won't
says.
go-
You wanted to
she
debate
won't go to-
earlier.
right. In other
but
words,
she wouldn't go to
she's
Fox.
afraid.
Yeah.
From Sparky. I got Sparky all fired up over there. CNN, the Clown News Network.
He's right. Cheerleading numbnut network.
All right. So again, the gaslighting and the lying that was going on during the Democratic National Convention. Now, I'm going to circle back around a little bit in honor of Jen Psaki. Here it is. Let me get up to here it is. Democrats get third-party hopeful knocked off the Pennsylvania ballot as Cornel West tries to get on. So here's Cornel West. He's
goofy guy. Okay.
Right. He's a Pennsylvania. Okay. So I think he's part of he's like a socialist libertarian or whatever. I don't know. They won a legal challenge of keeping the left-wing party for socialism and libertarian off the battleground state's presidential ballot for at least now. So again, the Democrats, the party of the save democracy, we got to save democracy by destroying democracy. Like, in other words, we don't want to have a fair and balanced election. We're not going to do any of that. We're getting RFK kicked off the ballot. We want Trump in jail, and we want this guy. We want to run unopposed. They do
anybody that could contest Kamala, anybody that could take one vote away, they don't want him on.
Right. They're terrified of Trump getting back in. They are terrified of him getting back in again. And I'm not even 100% sure why, but they're terrified of it. So
because a lot of people are going to lose a lot of shit.
Right. So they're kicking this guy off. RFK has now moved over to Trump. And I saw this today on Twitter, and it hasn't been confirmed, but you know me, I don't need to confirm things because what the fuck?
We'll just throw it out there.
All right. Dr. Jill Stein, we may disagree with RFK about many things, but he's right about how the Democratic Party uses lawfare and dirty tricks to suppress
democratic competition and voter choice. The Dems preach about saving democracy, but in reality, they're working overtime to stamp it out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Jill Stein better watch it. She's going to wake up dead.
Right. So, again, this is one of these things. Oh,
She'll
and
get
then
Vince fostered or something.
So, New Jersey was at the Democratic convention.
I saw this. I had to share it. It made me so angry. But I think I know what it is. So, but yeah.
And fuckface Phil Murphy, of course, he had to be the one about, he's the one that got
I
hold of the
know.
microphone.
So mad it was him.
Right. Here he is.
New Jersey, how do you cast your vote?
Everybody, I'm Governor Phil Murphy. We're from Jersey, baby. And you're not.
Again,
I did love that.
He's not from Jersey.
He's not. He's from Massachusetts.
Yeah,
fucking
he's a
carpetbagger.
He's a carpetbagger. He came in here, and you know what we have in New Jersey? Oh, I'll tell you what we don't have. Plastic fucking bags is what we don't have. Asshole.
No plastic bags.
No plastic bags. Carry your shit in your hands out of Wawa. Fuck is all.
Let me tell you what, the amount of shit I've seen people juggle out of Wawa is hysterical.
Ridiculous.
My girlfriend and I did that one day. We were going on a hike, so we always stop in the morning and pick up, and paper straws. We don't even have plastic
paper
straws.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, that's so annoying.
McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. I'm really disappointed in Chick-fil-A that they still use these paper straws. God damn it. You go to Dunkin' Donuts, you get a plastic straw at least. Come on, Chick-fil-A. Let's get back to the plastic straws.
You're getting your Jesus chicken. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Jesus chicken, whatever.
I'm not. I don't go to fast food, so I don't. I don't even get the straws when I go to Wawa and get like a cold. If I get a cold brew or anything, I don't even get. Which I know you love cold brew, but I don't even get straws anymore.
Hate it. Hate cold coffee. I'm sorry. Don't like iced coffee. Hot coffee that's cooled down, I can drink it, but I cannot drink iced coffee.
I don't like hot coffee that gets cold. Like I have to reheat it, but I can drink cold brew coffee.
See, again,
it's smoother. It's a different taste.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
The guy that I wanted to run for president in the Republican Party, for the simple reason is this guy will go into any lion den. He does not care. He'll go where. Just rolling her eyes already. I didn't even start.
I know. Spell his name.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Spell his last name.
Ramaswamy. Ramaswamy.
Ramasalami.
Ramasalami. There you go.
If you can spell it, I might consider your take on it.
I spell it a lot. That's why I can. Hold on. Fucking.
Rama Lama Slama.
Ramaswamy. Let's double check that. Yeah,
I don't think it's correct.
No. I'm not going to let you do this to me. You think it's a. Hold on. I'm going to type it in here. It'll come right up. Vic.
There's no I.
There it is. Ramaswamy. Not W.
Okay.
Fuck. I read it. Motherfucker. I was under pressure. God damn it.
Yeah, that's it.
I
know, it's just fun.
How dare you. Anyhow, Vivek was at the DNC because, he'll go out there, and he went out to the crowd that was protesting for Palestine. These jerk-offs. All right, so he's out there, and it didn't go well for my man, Vivek. Here we go.
So I'm curious as to what you're doing here. Are you a supporter of the genocide against the Palestinian people?
I am an American who is actually here to listen to the views of people who disagree with me. Now, one of the reasons I'm supporting a candidate in this election.
Of Israel?
I support the United States, and because of that, I support Israel and our relationship with them.
You support a genocide that has killed 40,000 Palestinians in the last 10 months.
So look, I think that the truth is there was an attack that precipitated it.
No, the truth
and we can't ignore that.
Dude,
No. This is my truth, okay? My truth over here, Vivek. This is my truth. If you don't come out here and bend a knee to Palestine, all right, then here we go.
I don't play those kinds of games. I'm an organizer. I'm not one of your.
Oh, you're an organizer.
I'm a facilitator.
Yeah, I'm a facilitator. Fuck your facts. I have propaganda to spread over here.
Facts, schmacks.
Yeah, fuck your facts with your bullshit.
My truth. Yeah.
Right here.
Also I'm not one of these people. You're not a party. I'm not an acolyte of yours. You're not a partisan. I'm not hack an for the acolyte Democrats of or yours. otherwise. And I'm
He is a partisan hack, Vivek. Unfortunately, he is a partisan hack. There we go.
not a hack for you or for the Democrats or for the Republicans or nobody else.
I got you.
I'm asking you that you have no right to be here if you're not in support of the Palestinian people.
That's where you're wrong, Skippy. This is fucking America. And he's allowed to be there just like you're allowed to be there. And so you should just shut the fuck up and keep chanting your stupid shit that you like to chant, like River from the Sea and Infatada, I need an empanada, and, you know, all those stupid fucking sayings that you have. You know, just go chant your thing. Somebody wanted to come over there and actually have a discussion about things and maybe, you know, but you can't. God damn it with your fucking facts again. Boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Is that Dan Bongino behind him in the sunglasses?
No, it's not. Dan Bongino would punch this guy in the face.
Jason says, who's that guy?
Yeah.
I think and if you're not going to call,
here's what I believe.
I'll be honest with you. You know who that guy is behind there? That guy's those two guys back there with the scowls. That's security. Yeah. I have a feeling that's security right there.
Yeah, they don't want to be there either. They're like, this is going to be a problem.
Right, this is like
get the taser ready.
Yeah, I'm going to punch this guy. I'm going to punch this guy in the throat first, and then whack this guy, and then you grab him and run, and I'll take care of the rest of them.
End to a genocide.
You have the right to be
here. If you're not going to call, so do we in return. End to the genocide and an end to the killing.
You're Indians again. The racism on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I know.
They want to talk about calling somebody else racists. God damn. It's late. I'm hot. It's ridiculous.
And an end in support of Israel, then you should take off. We don't want you here. You're not welcome here.
Well, the good news is we're America, and so we actually get to all express ourselves peacefully.
You get to express being a racist?
You get to
express being a racist Zionist pig? Is that what you get to express?
I'm pro-American, but I believe in your right to speak. I believe in your right to speak your mind.
Do you believe?
Racists go home!
Racists go home!
Here we go with our chants again. We're just going to drown you out.
Well, it's easy. We can remember that. We can remember.
Yeah, racists go home. Well, you guys should all get on your fucking bikes and head on out.
Racists go home! Racists go home! Racists go home! Racists go home!
Can't have conversations with people like that.
Racists go home!
There's a terrorist right
Wait,
there.
you should go home.
You should go home.
He's brown. Why is he yelling?
Somebody grab his paper.
Why is he yelling at the other brown guy?
I need some ID, sir. I have a feeling there's a fucking boat ride in your future.
He looks like I'm going to say he looks like a fellow countryman of.
He's a terrorist.
A relationship to someone in my side of the family.
He looked like he was in flight school on right before September 11th.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, if we're gonna eyeball people, just saying.
Let's all.
He looks like he could be my countryman. I mean, I don't believe in it, but just.
Hey,
saying.
everybody, let's all be racist. Why not? The fuck.
Muslim. Yeah.
Muslims.
Oh, did you see that? In the Discord, Professor Tom had put up an image of like that involved like a hijab, and I had commented like, "Oh, it reminds me of my family," and I guess he'd questioned it. I said, "Well, yeah, my family, some of my family's still in Iran because my father was Iranian and had emigrated over." And he's like, "I have questions." Blurry. I'm like, "Okay," I'm like, "Okay." Oh, you are blurry.
I'm blurry. I thought I was having a stroke over here, but then I looked at you and you were fine.
You don't smell toast, do you? Toast burning?
No. If my camera smells toast, I don't know.
It's like the Barbara Walters filter where it's all blurry, where she doesn't look so bad. Oh, it is blurry, though. That's weird.
I know. What's going on here? Come on.
You got to be like...
Usually if you do this and then it'll refocus. I don't care. Why are we doing this? Just let it be blurry. John's
there you go. It's gotten better. There it is. It cleared up.
There we go.
There you go. Your charm came out.
So go ahead. You're Iranian.
Yes. So I'm half Iranian. So it was so Professor Tom's like, I have questions, and he never asked. I'm like, go ahead, and just silence. So I don't know. Maybe he won't talk to me anymore because I'm Iranian.
You're a filthy.
I'm half.
Rider.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They wouldn't let me. I would have to be covered head to toe.
But I'm telling you, what the Harris Walz ticket and the Democratic Party right now, what they're doing is they're turning middle of the road, moderate, liberal Democrats to Republicans. Now,
yeah,
I don't know if you remember a while back we had played a podcast where a husband and wife were there and they were as dry as toast and they were like, and they were
I
doing
remember
like this,
them.
right?
Yep.
All right, his
Absolutely
name is
remember them.
Brett Weinstein, and he was on the Patrick Bet David's podcast.
Really?
And,
Okay.
Yeah, so, and this is what he had to say about the Democratic Party that he loved and's been a Democrat his whole entire life.
I think the modern Democratic Party is an existential threat to the Republic. And although I am a Democrat, I've been a Democrat my whole life, the party that I see in front of me today is literally the inverse of the party I signed up for. This is now the party of war. This is the party of racism. This is the party of censorship. I don't recognize this party. There is no conceivable scenario in which I would vote for Kamala Harris. Am I open to voting for Trump? I am. I'm especially open to it if he is partnered with Bobby Kennedy, because what that tells me is that my values, which are a much closer match for Bobby's, are represented in that administration. And that's really what I want. Frankly, we have a long-standing problem with corruption, which has now turned into something else with the modern Democratic Party.
The modern Democratic Party. This is they're starting to swing, and they're trying their best to do everything they can to hold on to power. They fucked everything up. They fucked everything.
Well, look, for the past 16 years, they've been in charge for 12 of it.
Right.
What do we got?
All right.
A nightmare.
But here's the thing. If they wouldn't have done anything and let Trump actually do his 8 years, it would be over now, and Trump would be gone. Okay? Now, the problem was he was fixing shit. There was peace and stuff like that. They can't have that. He was over there, the economy was going great, and he was fixing shit, and they couldn't have it, so they got him out of there. And since then, you've had a taste of what it could be. And I got to tell you, Barack Obama when he was doing his speech, basically cut an ad for Trump. And I'm saying, this is amazing. Here we go.
We do not need 4 more years of bluster and bumbling and chaos. We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
That's so great. That is brilliant. Brilliant.
I mean,
brilliant,
they're actually cutting promos for Trump when they do this stuff. Like, they make it sound like...
Oh, Trump will take every one of them, too. He has.
But they're... the Kamala had white liquid dripping from her mouth in that ad, yeah. But see, the thing is the Democrats they want to make it where everybody believes that Trump's still in office. Trump's been out of office for 3.5 years.
If anything, I think more people believe that Obama has been in control.
Right.
Way more than Trump has. And it's some scary shit out there. And I've been hearing, because I do try to look at different articles, and the party of war is what I see a lot of in regards to the Democrat Party. Yeah. Like that's very greatly associated now. And I think that they were the party that was against that. They were the party of peace. They were the party for the little guy. And it was like they always tried to blame the Republicans for like big corporations and big business. And it's literally the other way around now. Like now it's the Republicans or seem to be, well, for some part of it, for the working guy, for the working class.
Yeah.
And they're against funding, well, this particular war. And it's interesting to see how that's flip-flopped and then how well that's going to play out in November. And I think the Republicans need to be, if they want to win, they need to band together and stay strong in what they're talking about, and everybody has a united message. And it's not just personal attacks, on people. That he needs to step that back a little bit and let other people do that. But they need to keep on point.
On message. Just keep focusing everything on the Bidens and Harris. Sparky says, has anyone noticed the witch hunting has all stopped on Trump?
That's because they finally got something to stick and they're going to use it to the max. Now, it's funny you say that, Sparky, because I have this article here. This is where Alan Bragg takes no position on delay of Trump sentences as judge wields impact of immunity ruling. So, whoops, didn't want to do that. Hold on. Let me straighten that out. Okay.
Let's see that guy up close.
Manhattan prosecutors say they won't take a position on the former President Trump's bid for a delay that would push his September 18th business fraud sentencing until after the election. So what they're doing is the DA's office is back. They're just hanging this fucking stink sandwich on the judge. They're like, okay,
Absolutely.
Judge, this is what
You
you
decide.
would do. Right. So instead of prosecutors working for District Attorney Alan Bragg said that they would defer to Justice Juan Merchan's discretion, acknowledging that the Supreme Court recent ruling on president's immunity has complicated the process and could require a delay. Merchan is the judge overseeing the Trump case. We defer to the court on whether an adjournment is warranted to allow an orderly appellate litigation of that question. Okay, so what they're doing is they're backing away from this.
Wow.
Okay. Or due to the risk of disrupting stay from an appellate court pending consideration of that question. While the decision on the timing will be up to Merchan, the prosecuting stance appears to increase the chance that Trump's sentencing could slip until after Election Day. As a result, that would ensure none of Trump's 4 criminal cases will reach the
Juncture.
Juncture.
We'll
Is that
reach
what it
that
is?
juncture until
Until
after
the
voters cast their ballots.
Right, because
I
what
think
this
it
is-
should be.
Yeah, this
It's
is
very purposeful they picked that date.
Exactly. And what this is election interference. Plain and simple. Can't get around it. This is election interference.
Yeah.
So, again, what a shit show we got going on here. What a reality show.
It is. Yeah. This is a reality show election. It's been going on for years.
And you're fired, and you're fired.
You're fired.
Budweiser says that's what got JFK killed. He didn't want to send more troops to Vietnam.
Yep.
Absolutely. So this is where we're
And
at.
book depository, that one guy.
Yep.
Grassy Knoll.
One guy. Sure. Yeah, that's it. Sure.
Well, that's
Nothing
still
to
not
see here.
declassified.
Nothing to
Nothing
see
to
here.
see. Nothing to see.
Well,
Yeah,
everybody.
between the election going in January. Yeah, that's about right, Sparky.
Mhm.
They're going to attempt to sentence him then.
Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on a Sunday night.
Did we have any emails or voicemails?
I don't know. Do we? Who's
I
supposed
don't
to check
know.
on that?
You never gave me the information as to how to do that. Remember, said I'll show you that. I'll give you the information.
All
How to
right.
check the voicemail.
So now we're going to do it at the end of the show? Let me find out.
Well, you didn't give me the details.
I understand.
Okay. I'm the bad guy. I got you. And I don't have access to the mail.
Okay.
Oh, apparently there's a voicemail.
First, there's no voicemails.
Oh, okay. No voicemail.
All right. And then...
You folks got a call.
There's
Nothing.
nothing there. All right.
Wah,
So
wah.
we stopped everything so we can have no message.
Well, you're wrapping it up. So, I mean,
I know,
if somebody had said I sent something and you didn't check.
All right. I don't know how to sign you into this whole thing, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. John has a Discord
Discord.
message. All right, let's check out my Discord message. Let's see what we have. If you get this during the show, play this for Duchess.
Oh, no.
Hang on. All right.
Oh, you don't have
definitely
to. That's good.
This is
It's okay.
definitely worth going.
Oh, no, you don't have to. Oh, I don't know what it is. No, I don't think you do. Fuck. Mike.
I'd shut off Discord because, I can't get rid of this stuff. So hang on. Let's see.
I'm so nervous. I don't know what this
You
is.
should be.
Oh, shit.
All right, here we go. Let me see. Come on, you.
Oh, no.
Where are you? I got to bring this over here so where I can play it. I wonder if it'll play. Tell me if you can hear this.
Hey, Duchess.
Can't hear that?
I heard that.
Did you hear that? Okay, good.
Yes.
Here we go.
It's me again. I am watching the show and wanted to ask if you could ask Paul to stop working on the shed. It is a distraction. Also, after the show, maybe I can swing by and we can go out for drinks. We can stay out all night if you want, but if you have a court appearance tomorrow for some reason, perhaps we should take a rain check. I wouldn't want you tired in front of a judge you might get arrested.
There you go.
It'd be worth getting arrested for it.
I have a feeling that AI Micro might be making more and more stops.
I hope he does. I love AI Micro. This is my favorite segment now.
Okay, good.
Oh my.
You all right over there?
No. Oh my. Well, fun show.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. All our links are in the show notes. Check them out there.
Yes.
Our link tree. Follow
I'll link
us.
all the. Go ahead.
Oh, Dean says Kate's fingers are wet. I don't know what happened there.
That one isn't.
That one isn't.
That one is definitely not.
Bob says flirty jobs.
Ooh, I like flirty jobs. I'll put all the links from the show in Discord. So if you want to watch any of the news stories or news clips, we could do that. And I'm going over to Discord for a little bit. So join
I'll
us.
go over there for a little bit too.
There you go.
All right, everybody.
Good
We'll talk to
night,
you
everyone.
Thursday night. Bye.
Yes. Bye.